Monka. You're gonna really double down that durability. It's gonna be Earthshaker, I meant. Really also gonna be give you those long range stuns. MarsBet, at least you know what you're going up against in the mid lane, which is against the Earthshaker. So who are you gonna pick?
Classic Monkey King?
Lifestealer. You take Lifestealer in this situation here, and you let the TA do damage. You put the Lifestealer in front. Could be Monkey King. I'm thinking Lifestealer.
Yeah. All right, we'll see who's right. Probably neither of us, but you never know.
That's the usual thing, right? It's like, hey, interesting that they banned Necrophos, by the way. Percentage damage. That's it's interesting that Nemiga doesn't want to play against that. I mean, like they know MarsBet picks it.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose, high strength pool, the Sven, Brew, and Earthshaker could do a lot of work if the fight's gone for so long. So I guess in that respect, it does make sense.
By the way, we did have a bit of an announcement we just received, which is that Mr. Luck will not be playing for MarsBet. Their offlaner he's going to be replaced by Mikasa, who Stormspirit comes out. Okay, so it's going to be TA carry. So Mikasa is going to be playing their offlane. I imagine it's going to be on the Primal Beast right now.
Okay. That's good to know. Always handy information. And yeah, the Storm. I won't give myself a point for that. I was kind of hinting towards it, but I didn't cement my pick. I went for the Monkey King, so nothing there.
That's fine. Completely normal. And Nemiga's draft is so hard to kill. It's Sven, Brewmaster, Earthshaker with Warlock and Darklo in the back line. I feel like that's very hard to go against. You look at MarsBet. I like the Storm and the TA, but I don't feel like they do good damage. But later on, I usually want someone heavier hitting on the team. Mikasa Primal Beast is the same, right? It's like you do good damage, but it's rarely killing damage. And Jeezy on the Scout Mage will not scale. I'm on the Nemiga. I love these big burly drafts that are very hard to bring down.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you as well. Like the Storm sure does give them that reach, but I feel like all the recent times we've seen Storm Spirits get picked up, it's when he has like a mana battery behind him, either a Kotl, Lion, even a Pugler to some degree, someone who can make sure the Storm has always got resources to keep going. But maybe he has none of that this game, so he's going to have to be very, very reserved and cautious about how he just zips in and out of these fights and make sure he doesn't get caught out of position.
And of course, MarsBet's also playing with a stand-in, so that's going to be another factor. Sometimes stand-ins come in, they're amazing, but most of the time it doesn't look really good for them.
Yeah, and we were also saying the fact that Nemiga were just the strongest team out of the group stage. MarsBet only just about made their way through, and they also have a stand-in, so yeah, it feels like the odds are stacked up against them a little bit, but you never know. Crazy things do happen. We're going to be jumping into game number 1. Let's see what happens. Ba-boom.
Ba-boom indeed. Speaking of stand-ins, have you heard the news that Puppy will probably be going to TI as a stand-in this year?
Yes, I heard about that. That is... I wonder if he paid them off and was like, come on, I have to go to TI. I just can't not. And he's like, please put me in the team.
Nah, it wasn't quite like that. They wanted him in because for SMG they had visa problems for one of their players, and then they were like, all right, we're gonna be bringing in Puppy, so replacing Jean. Well, good for them.
So does that mean the curse is real and SMG are actually going to win TI?
Puppy mid one reunited, possibly, but that's gonna be exciting to see. For now, we'll see what Mikasa will be doing as a stand-in for MarsBet. It feels like it's a tough draft, and it's not going to get much easier if you start off with First Blood.
Yeah, that it will not, as LeBron ends up getting ran down, even making sure they give the old First Blood there over towards Ulnit. Seems like the wrong name. Unit? Well, that's an L. Or is that an I?
Oh.
Who knows?
Otaker.
Alright, gets the double meld onto Pantomem, but even still, Pantomem was able to actually secure the bounty rune there and just walks it off. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
And that's the carry versus support mentality. Support's like, I just want the bounty. The carry's like, I want to hurt you. But not enough. It's also crazy to me that Morlock has such an insanely high strength gain, something like 2.8, which is one of the highest among intelligence heroes in the game. It's not the easiest guy to bring down.
It's true. Yeah, this can be pretty damn tanky for sure. We'll see how this mid lane goes down. Obviously, The Storm Spirit is effectively a melee hero, I feel, in the laning phase, so it shouldn't be too hard for Malrine to try and harass him with a couple of enchant totem whacks and whatnot. We'll see how well he can do, but obviously at the same time, Storm doesn't mind playing up against melee heroes because the stack remnants are so easy to land.
Exactly. So it's like it'll just be about who can land more hits and who can use their regen better. Whose supports are going to be rotating and refilling bottles as well.
That's true.
Pantomem taking a few hits here, but should generally be alright. Trading hits with the Sky Mage, and so far mid slightly in favor of the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, see if he can hold on to that lead or not, or if maybe once there's a few more levels onto Malrine's like enchant to him, he might try and find the chance to go for a kill. Already, you know, this top lane seems to be going quite nicely here for Nemiga. Like Mikasa, every time he goes steps forwards, takes a lot of damage in response.
Yeah, just the fatal bonds. I mean, this skill by itself is making Warlock relevant. I mean, along with Upheaval, yes, the Golem is still the best part about Warlock, but Upheaval and fatal bonds have been insane. Ever since I saw Upheaval start doing damage, I was like, this is too good. Then they added imps on top of it for some random reason. You're like, yeah, here's imps.
I love the imps. They're great. They make the skill really worthwhile. You know, get a little army of suicidal demons, just send them in. Feels real good.
I love how when you get the Aghanim shot on Warlock, it says improves imps, and you're like, how does it improve them?
Yeah.
It's like, oh well, he's not improved.
He is not. He just ends up dying. Free kill though towards Mixer. Gets the not first blood, but a nice free kill nonetheless. I mean, Jeezy's he took a lot of damage from that fatal bonds there. That was looking a little bit dicey.
He had to use his magic wand to stay alive, or sorry, magic stick charges. But in the end, he's still alive, and that's all that matters. And they do get a kill on Pantomem. However, Ulnit is farming fine, and if you're Pantomem, you're like, I'm okay with this as long as my carry's alive.
That you are. So also down at the spot, how's this looking so far? 11-2 to Otaker, 11-2 to Xibbe. So they're both just sort of equally trading farm right now. Obviously, we can't ignore the fact that the Brewmaster, probably one of Xibbe's favorite heroes, able to perform effectively. And look at this, just running straight at the two of them, perfectly placed with the Brambles as well. Otaker in danger, trying to trade with Xibbe, but not enough. And it is actually a free kill on Otaker of all people. So nice little grab there for Nemiga.
You're gonna need a level 2 of Leech Seed, so that when he does that, you are able to get a little bit of health coming back for you. But losing your carry, a bit ouch for Nemiga right now. Especially because Ulnit, he's fine. And stacks could be a big deal in this game, because one side has a TA, the other side has this Sven. So you have to make sure that, you know, you try to find if the enemy has stacks, and you try to protect yours if you make any. And sometimes the safest option is just not to make stacks at all. You're like, alright, let's not risk it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But meanwhile down bottom, LeBron, he's in a small bother himself, because he also gets ran down. 2 kills now on the board for Xibbe. He's having a really, really nice start here to his game. Having pretty decent amount of CS, 2 kills on top of that. If he carries on this route, we'll start to see him become a real pest with the side of MarsBet.
He hasn't yet queued up anything. We oftentimes decide like you go Hand of Midas to Radiance, or you go to Spirit's Vessel, then Hand of Midas. It's just the Hand of Midas that's the difference. In this game, you're up against what? Primal Beast is pretty good. But the rest, not the best Spirit Vessel game.
Yeah, I agree. Does he even bother to do that? Does he just try to go for like a fast Radiance or something like that? Who knows? There's plenty of variance in the build for sure. Meanwhile up top, well, looks like poor old Jeezy steps a little bit too close there to the old Upheaval. Slow to a crawl, ends up being a free kill for Ulnit. And there's literally nothing that Mixer can do. The Upheaval, man, is too strong against this guy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, this is the exact problem we thought was going to happen, right? This is why we're saying, like, Warlock is going to be picked up because it's just too damn good against the Primal Beast. Yeah, you can Onslaught away, but no, you can't. You always have Onslaught available. And Mixer, he's going to be alright.
Yeah, I mean, he takes a lot of damage, but the Fatal Bonds onto the creeps, the AoE damage, man. He's actually just forced to run all the way back. Oh, he's fine.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Imps, it says the Aghanim shot improves them. It doesn't tell you anyway. Like, they move faster, do more damage. Like, what exactly happens? Oh, here it comes.
Oh, the Imp! If it was a tiny bit faster, that explosion would have landed and probably would have been the kill. You know, it's because they weren't improved, Otomo.
With the Aghanim shot, exactly.
Yeah.
The improvement that we have no idea what it does. Do you know?
Nope. Not a Scooby-Doo, mate. I ain't got a clue. We'll find out one day. It's probably like they have 10 more movement speed or something like that. I don't know.
What is the power? It says it upgrades the power. Like, what the hell does power even mean? I mean, imagine damage seems to be the right one, but it's like, there you go. It's the power.
Power.
Well, the power of all imps.
I guess, yeah, the explosion damage then is just more. Who knows how much?
And while mid lane is the one that you can say that MarsBet is having a good time in. A little bit more CS advantage. Oh, they're going for Malrine though.
Yeah, LeBron moves on in right now, and Moby using quite a lot of his mana to commit for this kill, but they just turn out with the echo and a quick whack to the face. Down goes Moby. And this is what I'm saying, you know, he gets caught out without those resources. Nice Fisher block as well. Can LeBron get himself out? The answer is affirmative no, as it is a double there for Malrine. And Jeezy, okay, he's going to be fine. There's no Fisher, but yeah, this is already popping off now for the Earthshaker as well. 2,000 gold lead for Nemiga.
And just what we were saying, the CS was favoring the Storm Spirit. They go for this attempted kill and hurts them out. No deny also. What teamwork, you know? Malrine is like, he wants to make sure that the enemy ward doesn't get denied, so he throws out the fissure. That's why these guys are pros, you know? It's like these small things, they really do add up.
Yeah, 100%. And they are just clearly showcasing as well why these guys dominated the group stage so handily. Like, as you mentioned earlier, they dropped a single map out. Yeah, they do definitely feel just the best team by a mile and a half. And it's going to be down to MarsBet whether they can pull some magic out of the hat and try and turn this game around, because already, man, 3k goal behind at just 7 minutes in, all 3 cores of Nemiga top of net worth. That's not easy.
No, it's not. And you're kind of relying on the Primal Beast to also have a good game, because he's going to be, you know, Mixa has to make a lot of space for his team, and not the easiest thing when you're this far behind. But he'll get there. He'll get there.
Yeah, eventually. I mean, as you mentioned, the Warlock's fantastic against him. The Bramble Maze as well from the Dark Willow is great against him. So yeah, it's a super difficult game for the person who needs to make all the space.
Even like Fissure can also be a pretty good, and you can just put him in the air. Like everyone on the Nemiga side is kind of pretty damn solid against the Primal Beast.
I mean, it's kind of to be expected when you first pick a Primal. You know, you're gonna get a few counters thrown your way, and maybe it was just one more counter than they were hoping for.
Unit, he leaves a creep and is just like, alright, that one's not worth my time, and goes back to farming top side. Although there are a lot of people coming up here.
Yeah, they're on the hunt for him right now. Just lurking through the trees. Scan does actually connect onto him just on the side. Invis rune here from Moby to get right on top of Ulnit right now. The charge forwards comes through as well. The TPs are going to start raining in. Is this going to be enough to keep them alive? He's still pretty damn tanky. Finally, the pulverizer is landing, and the damage from Jeezy is enough to put him in the ground. Can Nemiga get a couple of counter kills from this? Fisher denying the TP there from Moby. Storm Panda as well will push him up into the air, while Mixka will eventually get ran down from all this damage. Maybe still trying to TP out. Is there any further cancel? Actually, the Dark Willow jumps through from the other side. Say hello. You will be dying now. And it ends up being a nice 2-for-1 trade favoring Nemiga.
Using your carry, never ideal, but you get a lot out of it in the meantime. Although MarsBet, they were farming. You know, Nemiga had to bring everyone for that situation, so it's not too bad. Hellscream? Damn, he's out.
Yeah, quick meld to the face, gets a free kill there for Otaker. Even Mixer makes the rotation here. They're trying to get on top of Xibbe. Obviously, he has no Brute Split left to get away from this one. A couple of melds to the back, and it will actually be a double there for Otaker. So,
not bad.
Yeah, to be honest, when you factor in all the kills there, it is actually MarsBet. Not a terrible trade for him at all.
Yeah, they got more kills, and also they just wasted so much time from Nemiga to get those kills. So they're pretty happy with this. That's a nice move for MarsBet, but you're still a bit behind in terms of net worth here, and you still don't have your ultimates on. Well, actually, you just have the ultimates on the sport. Just got them.
And you got them now. We'll see Hellscream trying to make some more stacks, but runs straight into both Mixka as well as LeBron. Can he get himself out of this one? Terrorize will land. AoE damage not enough, but it doesn't matter. Moby there to secure it with the long-range zip to get the kill. Now the rest of Nemiga are starting to turn up. They want to take this fight. There is an Echo Slam available from Malrine. And it looks like the call from MarsBet is just to sacrifice the Primal Beast and everyone else get away. And eventually the Primal will fall. I mean, they did scout out these stacks, though. Is there any way MarsBet can try and contest them before they get farmed?
It's kind of scary. You're up against Echo Slam and Golem. That is, it's going in there could be a death sentence. You'd love to be able to get a couple of pickoffs, then go for it. Like, fight around the area, and if you get pick off, then becomes an option. But going up there, 5 people against 5, no.
Yeah. Just let it go. It looks like Pantomem's also going to be able to get one more stack off as well. Make sure the stack is extra big. Oh, actually, never mind. Ulnit's going to do himself. Actually, I think they missed the timing.
I think so too. Wait, did he get it?
No, he didn't.
Doesn't look like he did. That's what happens when you let the carry stack for himself. Half the time he doesn't get it.
No, they don't know the timings. The easiest thing is just when you have a Dota Plus, just press Alt. Tells you exactly when to do it. So easy.
Although it doesn't take into account if there's like 3 or 4 stacks, because then they start bumping into each other.
True.
And you're like, come on guys, move it. So you have to do it like a second or 2 earlier when that happens. Overall, MarsBet is doing a good job of stifling that bleeding that was happening to them. No kills going out, getting a few good engagements all over the map. Keeping towers alive. I think all their towers are actually still alive now, which is very nice for them.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron is actually level 7 at 12 minutes in, which is pretty good. So for the position 5, got 3 points into living armor to continuously heal up those towers. It really is making sure they don't lose too much. Meanwhile, Echo gets dropped from Malrine, secured this kill to Mixka, blows him up immediately. Very nice free kill to get there.
That does mean Echo is down, which means that MarsBet, there's one less obstacle if they decide to go for the stack, which unfortunately has already been taken. So you can still take a team fight though. They do have a smoke on 2 of their heroes, the Skythmage and the Storm. They want to find someone. Meanwhile, for Nemiga, they say, let's go bomb. We want to commit heavier for this tower.
Yeah, LeBron is just constantly making sure the shove can't go through. Just throwing out the Nature's Grasp on the creeps and everything. He is slowing it down quite a lot. The question is, if Nemiga do show themselves to start shoving this tower, do MarsBet try to TP and defend it?
Such team fight from Nemiga. Feels very scary to take a 5-on-5 right now, no matter what you do. You know, it's like, do you really want to go up against Chaotic Offering and Brewmaster Split? And then at the same time, what do you have on your side? You got Treant's ultimate? That's kind of it. I think trading would be better, just hoping that you can delay the tower. They've been doing a good job of delaying it for now.
Yeah, it looks like Nemiga have already sort of given up on that, and they're starting to spread out a bit more, drawing many lines on the map to run up towards the north side by the looks. We'll see who they do find, where obviously Moby's actually farming up a few camps around this area, as well as Jeezy and Mixka as well. So they're just making good use out of the space being provided. And as a result, you know, it's been sat at this 2k gold advantage for quite a few minutes now. It's not really grown anymore. Which is
good for MarsBet. The thing is, late game is favoring Nemiga. Like, it's good that that things aren't getting worse for MarsBet, but in draft-wise they are. And well, that's the guy keeping the towers alive.
Yeah, he stepped just a little bit too far forward. Ulnit came in with the stun, and that was it. He was just dead. And all that effort of keeping this tier 1 tower alive is just immediately undone, which is very unfortunate. And even going to be able to TP mid to make sure the push from Mixer isn't there on the mid tier 1 as well.
To be fair, he kept it alive for 14 minutes. You know, okay, good job, LeBron.
It is very true.
And
do what he can.
That is a difference, right? Like, that's a big deal that you're able to limit their aggression a little bit for a few minutes just by keeping those towers alive. It's one of the reasons why we see Treant being picked up and why I really like the hero. Although, the worst thing is when you put it on a tower and a hero dies and you're like, I could have saved him. Whoopsie.
Yeah. Yeah, well, sometimes these things happen. You know, you can say, even though you died, I healed the tower. That's all that matters. You know, towers are more important.
It was not in vain this time.
But we do see a 3-man smoke group here from Nemiga charging up towards the top side of the map where Moby is actually farming right now. Do they head the right direction? Moving off to the left side a bit more. So I think he's actually going to be able to avoid this one entirely. Good movements here from Moby.
In general, he's been trying to split up this map, and he's been doing a fairly good job about it. But now MarsBet saying, let's smoke, let's see if we can take a fight. It's tough order, but if they can find 1 or 2 people to start off. But who do you jump on? Earthshaker is fairly tanky. I think Earthshaker is actually the one you want to. It's risky, because if you don't burst him down, he can echo and turn it around, but he's also the best guy to remove. It's too hard for the Brewmaster.
Indeed, if they can find him. Meanwhile, the smoke moves are there.
That
Out
sounds
comes
good.
the Overgrowth just to lock down on towards the Dark Willow for now, who is actually still alive. Hellscream trying to charge himself out of that one, but maybe will trust.
Echo
The
miss!
Echo Slam comes out. It missed completely. That's a huge whoopsie there for the side of Nemiga. They still have the Chaos to offer him, but the silence actually cancelled the cast. And it looks like the call from MarsBet is just to try and disengage. Malrin jumps forward. He finds the grab here on towards LeBron. Charge forward from Mix as well. Good damage coming out on towards the Earthshaker. Hold it. He pops the God Strength. LeBron dies. Mixer probably not long for this world. He's trying to run, but the good Fisher block denies the retreat. So it actually ends up being a 2-for-1 exchange there, favoring Nemiga. Maybe not even done yet. As Xibbe with the Bruise Split. He's found Jeezy. Standing up there for Ulnit just to finish him off with a couple of right clicks. And down to the south,
They're going
he's
for
even
more.
found the Storm Spirit. Maybe he's got no mana left. What can he do? Absolutely nothing. Actually does manage to get a bit of a zip off
Not
close
enough.
to tier 2, but one more right click's all it needs. Triple there for Ulnit, and a big win for Nemiga.
Oh, it was looking so good for them. They get the Echo Slam used for nothing. They got a kill on the Dark Willow. Then they keep going for, but the durability for Nemiga, you know, it's Sven, it's Earthshaker, and it's Brewmaster. Who do you jump on? And plus, when they got the Pulverize on, well, this could be a nice kill on the Warlock, but and Xibbe as well.
Yeah, should be trying to run away. Pigpole man too strong. He actually just runs himself away from that one. Does get out of danger, off to the side, Pantomem will still die. But, you know, position 5 Warlock, they don't care.
That's life. You know, he's used the Golem. Yeah, it's like the Pulverize also, it was unfortunate because when he was doing the Pulverize, the Golem landed right on top of it, which is going to be a problem. You either Pulverize the Warlock, or you just be like, alright, it's getting cancelled.
Yeah, it's a hard choice, but we do see on the live, it looks like actually MarsBet are going into the Roche bit. Yeah, we can just see like the jump from Obi. It's way too tanky. Yeah,
They're so tanky. It's like, who do you kill? Earthshaker, Sven, and on the same time, Primal Beast. He didn't take too many hits to bring down. So
he didn't. Yeah, when you got a God Strength spend, just whack it into your back, you're not gonna last long at all. It's very, very hard to survive against that one. But Aegis now actually into the hands of Bo3, so we'll be able to just continuously charge in there and always be able to get that refresh with fresh mana. See how well we can use it there.
LeBron, by the way, he's got the Aghanim Shard. Really good way for him to control the map. Make sure that no one can TP away and set up kills for Moby. What do we have? An Otaker. He's got the Deso, the Dragonlance, and Blink Dagger in a second. We'll see if he wants to fight before before the BKB or if he's gonna wait for that.
I feel like maybe with the Aegis, it's worth just going with the Blink Dagger, perhaps. Just try and find some free kills. But actually, it looks like Otaker is kind of surrounded by Nemiga members right now, but he will actually start falling back just in time before he gets caught out here from Unit. Safe actually jumps in, he still finds him, silences his right clicks, but the refraction shields mitigating all of that damage, doing absolutely nothing. But the Echo, it jumps in from Malrin, gets good connection onto 3 of them. Jeezy is just dead as well. They're trying to turn this around. Maybe they can actually get the kill on towards the Earthshaker, but they've already sustained huge losses from this one. Unit just focusing down Otaker, he is gone, and it's a big win there for Nemiga.
Oh god. They were trying to get the good use out of this overgrowth, but he used it, and the moment he used it, he was like, alright, I'll BKB, and it was just fine. And in general, just Unit jumps in, they can't do anything. They're too scared to actually engage with him. This is nightmare scenario right now for MarsBet. 81% chance for Nemiga to take it.
I don't even dispute those odds at all. That seems perfectly normal to me. And yeah, I mean, Unit, not only is he got like BKB con strength, but he also sits at like 2.7k HP on top of that. And plus the armor, he's so damn tanky. We'll see live Pantomem down there, but again, it's just the position 5.
And again, he only lets himself die after he's used the Golem. Then you can sort of farm aggressively. Like if you die, it's like, I don't really care, you know. It's like as long as I have my ultimate available for team fights, dying to push out lanes or scout out for my carry is well worth it. And
100%.
It's going to be Solar Crest for the Warlock coming out. Brewmaster 100 gold away from this Radiance, so that's going to be an fun. Malrin about to get his Aghanim Scepter, so big items coming out here, at least on the cores. Oh god, and Satanic for Sven as well. Because, you know, I felt like at some point he dropped a quarter of his health, and I don't like that. He's like, Satanic helps.
He definitely doesn't. He wants to survive for absolute ever. And yeah, he's not even that far away from it, only 900 gold. At the same time, the Radiant's just going to be up there for Xibbe, but pantomem will be caught out. So another free kill there from MarsBet, but it seems like the only one they can ever find is just the Warlock himself. But to be honest, he still was like over 700 gold. So, I mean, you'll take it. You take it every time.
Yeah. And again, though, Nemiga, they just wait for these team fights, and they don't have the Brewmaster split, so nor does Chaotic offering available, so it's not the biggest deal if you die in these situations. Not lovely, but not the biggest deal either.
Yeah.
There you go.
There he goes up with his fresh Radiance. Satanic just around the corner as well. Is there anything Malrine has? He's got Ags now coming out on Courier on top of that. So they're hitting these 3 item timings at relatively similar sort of moments here. And this is going to be the time for Nemiga to make the moves. Despite the fact that there is still this Aegis in the hands of Moby. I don't think they care about it.
To be fair, also, their timing is going to coincide very much with the Aegis expiring, right? Like, you can wait a minute. It's not the biggest deal in the world. You're like, all right, they don't have Aegis. We just got our items. We can see what we can do.
Yep.
You know, in terms of farm, they're not that behind on the MarsBet cores. You know, just this Sven is really far ahead. That's all. Like, that's their entire net worth advantage is because Otaker's 3,000 gold ahead of the TA.
Yeah, that is literally where it all is. Even the supports are pretty similar with their counterparts. Is just all from that position 1 matchup. But with the Satanic now in the hands of Ulnit, they do go for the 4-man smoke move. DD was there, actually does get picked up from Moby, and then they go for a smoke the Cells from MarsBet, but the smoke breaks, they jump, they got the grab on towards Otaker's perfect target, rock drop as well. Can Otaker survive? I don't think so. Too much focus onto him, and he will fall down. Meanwhile, Moby is able to get the counter grab, at least on towards Malrine there with the help of Mixka. But still 2 for 1. Mixka trying to TP out, does get cancelled. The Primal's going to have to try and run away. The big zip as well there for Malrine to bring him to safety, or maybe, sorry. Can they fight Mixka though? He's very speedy. He's charging after. Hammer will land. Needs some help from the rest of his team though to slow him down.
It looks like it's not happening. By the way, I was looking at Sven. He moves very fast just because Glimmer Cape now gives you 40 movement speed. With the War Cry, he was able to cut that distance as well. You lose Malrine, but it's another successful engagement for MarsBet. And now Satanic, dude, Unit jumps in, does not give a damn. He's like, all right, fight begins, I'm in. You know, I don't care about anything else. I'm just gonna jump in. I have all my abilities, and that's it. Didn't even use BKB that previous fight. He knows no one can kill him.
Yeah, I don't think he even used Satanic, did he? I literally think there was nothing he needed to press. Just hits his R and right-clicks people. That's it.
He hits his R. The other people pray to God for strength. You know, they're like, oh.
They might have found him though. Unit has been grabbed. TP's coming in for the rest of the Nemiga. He actually uses Satanic before he even starts right-clicking people, but it doesn't matter. The control for Malrine, they just turn it around. Moby is the one who dies. See, Malrine just dunking forwards, trying to find somebody. LeBron in the trees. Easy blink connection there for Unit to get the grab. 2 people gone yet again. Just Nemiga making action happening, even when they're on the defensive.
Yep. Like, they go for it, but we just talked about it, right? We said he hasn't used BKB and he hasn't used Satanic. So I don't know why MarsBet thought they could bring him down or even try to commit for that fight. It's just not worth it. And he turns out the BKB and immediately he's just fine. Sometimes you just want to force the enemy to use BKB, but Unit, his team shows up in time so they get the kill.
Yeah, absolutely perfect combinations, and going to be a free tier 2 as a result. In the middle, they're trying to go towards Xibbe right now. Silenced up, control as well, coming out from Nemiga, but nice Fisher denies the chain stun, and that is it. Immediately, MarsBet are the ones that have to try and run away. Tornado just holding back Jeezy, will drop down into the upheaval, slow to a crawl. Otaker actually jumps in very aggressively himself. Very ballsy play, but he's going to get punished for this for sure. Dragged back into everybody,
this could be
gets deleted. Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised either, but MarsBet, I guess they're going to hold on for as long as they possibly can. Maybe look for another 1 or 2 team fights. But this is looking extremely difficult now. They lost 2 tier 2s, plus 3 heroes, and their tier 3s also taking a beating. Not great.
No, it's not. Then, like, how are you really going to engage this? 3 seconds potentially. Ocean's going to respawn. Well, maybe Nemiga wants to wait for that. But in general, you gotta worry about so much. The Pandas, the Blue Split, and the Echo, and the Golem, and you gotta walk through Bramble mazes to get there. This is a nightmare. Unit is 21,000 gold. Templar Assassin is at 15. Does have the actually doesn't have the BKB. BKB is still 300 gold away for Otaker. That will allow you to avoid a lot of the damage. I don't know if that's enough.
Yeah, also it's really gonna make that much of a difference. Also, the fact that Mixka went for the heart instead of the BKB. I feel like if you had BKB in that fight, they probably would have been able to kill Xibbe, and then that whole situation might have been different. But as you were mentioning at the start of the day, it's just like the recent trends that all these tanky boys are just going for very early heart of Tarrasques and becoming tanks more than heroes that can just pump out control.
Man, that's not. There's nothing wrong with that approach. Honestly, it's just not. Maybe a BKB in this game would have been the thing that gives you tank ability and the ability to do damage. You know, it's like heart by itself. The fissure comes out. That could have been. That was such a critical kill if they could have gotten it.
Yeah, it really, really was. But how the cookie ended up crumbling down as tier 2 at the top lane will end up falling as well. All exterior towers for MarsBet are gone, and they are the ones that have the Treant Protector on their side. And yeah, it's not exactly the way you want things to be going, losing all these towers so soon.
It took 14 minutes for Nemiga to take their bottom tier 1, and then take 12 minutes for them to get that other 5 towers. You know? Unit is just insane. I don't know how he's now got Shadow Blade, so that's another layer of defensiveness if he goes for silver. I mean, so he can go invisible. You have to have detection on top of him as well.
Yeah, it's so damn difficult. And now all Nemiga need to do is just wait for the second Roche, get Aegis into their hands, plus a cheese, and then just run at MarsBet and see if they can withstand the storm. Don't know if they can though, it's going to be extremely difficult.
The storm, huh?
The storm.
The storm.
With the storm.
Alright. A minute for Roshan to come out. Nemiga, it feels like very standard gameplay for them. Just get Roche, get the Aegis, go high ground. You're in a good spot. For MarsBet, fighting in the Roche pit, if you can get a good overgrowth, that's kind of nice. Is Moby going for the Aghanim Scepter? If he is, he went for the Sanjin Kaya instead. He's got 2 points, 2 null talisman. So Aghanim's pretty far off. That could be a great way for them to get some control. You are up against, what, 3 melee cores? Fairly easy for you to catch 1 or 2 of them with the Electric Vortex.
Yeah, I agree. That could potentially be a nice way to turn these fights around, but it's just very difficult. He himself isn't even concerned about a BKB, so tons of ways of controlling up the Storm Spirit as well in these fights. Very difficult.
Alright, so a nice win coming out from MarsBet. They get both Wisdom Ruins at this point. That actually makes the experience between them fairly even. Oh, no, actually, it's slightly in favor of Nemiga, but not too bad.
Yeah, it balances out a little bit, but Roshan has been scouted out immediately there from Hellscream, so the queue from Nemiga is just to barrel over to this area, get that Aegis, and see if they can close out this first game with the best of 3. And it's going to be up to MarsBet whether they can actually keep themselves going or not. They're desperately trying to find farm elsewhere to get their next items online. But Otaker is still a couple of thousand gold away from completing an MKB. Mixka is still like 1,000 gold away from a BKB of his own. There's a lot of time they need.
They have some time, right? Like even after this, Roshan is gonna fall. We'll see if Nemiga wants to go straight up for the Roshan, or for the high ground. They're gonna wait a little bit. So you have some time to get those items up. 1,000 gold is not too hard to farm. And oh dear, Moby!
No stuff for the mid. Unit is there, but yeah, the TPs from the rest of the squad just a little bit too slow, unfortunately. And here's the queue for Moby to get out. Still takes a lot of damage though. Has to be careful. Yeah, Dandelion Amulet, very handy.
You like it? I always look at them like, the stats are what, 300 mana, 25 movement speed is good, but 300 mana feels kind of useless at this point. And you get what, the shield? I'm always like, not a big fan of it.
Yeah. I feel like maybe if the passive was like the regeneration time in the shield was slightly faster, maybe that could be quite nice. But
it's like
it's not terrible. I feel like there's a lot of worse ones out there.
That's fair. I know. It's one of those when I'm looking at it, I'm like, huh, interesting that someone takes that.
But you ain't got no other better choice, eh?
That's
You just gotta
true.
do what you get.
You know, you
Yeah.
get there, you're like, oh great, I literally got somehow the worst four for me and Dandelion. I'm taking Dandelion. What can you do?
I mean, we can see like all these TA traps on the sidelines. They're killing the creep waves endlessly. So even though Nemiga would probably love to be going high ground right now, they just can't.
No.
Their creep waves are always getting deleted from the other side of the map.
And,
yeah, it's very, very difficult to keep anything alive.
And Tia has the shard as well, which means, hey, look, Dandelion Amulet for the Warlock as well. She has got the shard, so when you pop it, so the heroes get silenced if they're there, and they all automatically like your reaction is, I gotta go back, make sure they don't jump me. I want to use a BKB just because I get silenced and I'm forced to use it. So Nemiga playing carefully, but it's still much better late game. I think LeBron's taking some hits.
He is. I think Malrine just dropped a solo echo trying to get the kill, but didn't actually secure it. So yeah, it's a little win there for LeBron, to be honest. Good information for the rest of the team that Ulnit is not available, but it might not matter. As Ulnit charging forwards on the tail of Mixka right now. Gonna need some help for the rest of his team to get the full burst. He's a very tanky boy at the end of the day. He was just gonna go for it. Rest of the squad is here. Malrine, and that was a free kill.
Heart giving you nothing when the other guy can do thousands of damage per second. So that's a pretty big kill. Yes, you don't have Echo Slam, but the enemy team doesn't have a whole player missing. You have one spell on cooldown. They have 4.
Yeah, it's true. All about the numbers, eh? It's all the numbers game. And now we see, yeah, Building's just going to get easily bullied into. Is there any real way MarsBet can stop this from happening? LeBron was cutting another creep wave top, will now TP to help defend. And also, God Strength is out. Jump in from Moby as well, trying to be very aggressive there on towards Xibbe. Has to pop his BKB defensively. He's got the right click, still doing a lot of work. Xibbe trying to run away. Hellscream comes through, actually will pop through Spit. Now can try and turn around. Otaker also using his own BKB, but with the chaotic offering, drops a casual stun. Unit taking quite a lot of damage from the side blades there, but everyone from Nemiga will back off successfully. Big jump there from Moby, trying to find someone in the back lines, but it didn't really matter. Unit actually healing up on the ancient creeps and has the cheese passed over to him. He's feel comfortable. They can probably just go again. God Strength's up in 10 seconds.
Yeah, but no Bruce Split. And Golem was also used. I feel like MarsBet could take this fight here, unless they use the Primal Beast very early. Oh, nice use of Blade Mail.
Yeah, trying to hold. God Strength is now back. Gonna start pulling into him. Tries to charge away, but the Bramble Mage is just such a nuisance. Can't get away as well. Upheaval slowing him down. Malrine jumps into the backlines, trying to find Jeezy. Instead, he's taking a lot of damage himself. The right clicks, he's just rooted and slowed. The Aegis will pop. Stun on towards Otaker. Jumps in from Moby as well. They're trying to hold him back. Otaker is completely separated. He is gone down for 70 seconds. No buyback. Even finding Jeezy there in the backlines from Malrine. And that's it. Another 3 people dead there from MarsBet. Only 1 buyback available. This is 2 full sets of barracks. Maybe a 3rd.
They've been able to get the Primal Beast before these fights so well. And it actually took a lot to kill in the last fight. And imagine if you had Otaker hitting him at the same time. But I think the enemy at the same time. But unfortunately, Primal Beast is always losing his life before these engagements really go underway. And for Nemiga, we talk about their durability, and it's just showing itself. There's just no way to deal with this draft. MarsBet from the start. They got drafted and then they got played.
Yeah, it's an extremely difficult game to win from the get-go, and now it's even worse. Moby jumps in, trying to make some cute play happen, gets a lot of damage, survives by the skin of his teeth, will retreat. Mystico forced the whole back, actually charges forwards, gets the connection on towards Xibbe, pushes him away from the Mystic Flare. As a result, Xibbe will survive, manages to get the split off. Buyback as well there from Jeezy. What they're going to do, God Strength also been popped. The only thing stopping Megas right now is the range barracks at the top. They're going to go for it. Actually, Unit doesn't crack about buildings, going on towards the deep, but all there from Moby with the BKB. He's going to be able to avoid the stuns charging in right now. MarsBet want to try and take the fight as best they can, but Unit is just so tanky with the BKB as well. He's invincible. They can't touch him whatsoever. Otaker as well, controlled into the back lines. With his own BKB now getting popped. They're standing their ground. Unit taking a lot of damage. There's a buyback as well onto the Primal. Moby, he's out of mana, he's out of luck, and he is gone. Otaker as well. He's trying to survive, right clicking away. He kills Hellscream, but they lose 2 more. And this very well just could be the end of the game. Pantomem banging the drums of the rock. And that is it. GG is called. Game 1 going towards Nemiga.
I was like, what the hell is that sound? And you mentioned it, like, oh crap, there's the rock going in and out. MarsBet, that was a decent last hold at the very end of the game, but it was just not enough. They were 20,000 gold behind
Mhm.
against a draft that just that scales so